Hey guys, what's up? This is Ram and J-Bear, and you're watching morebachats. On today's episode, we talk about the recent trends that we've noticed that performers like to do when they're wearing costumes.
Wow, that took you forever to get right. So we're gonna talk about costumes. We've been noticing some different trends of stuff that's happening, and some social commentary about the costumes maybe going a little bit too much towards the sexy side. You guys may be aware we do a lot of festivals. We go to watch a lot of performances. So we see all different kinds of things. And my personal opinion, a costume should be relative to the piece that you are showing. If you have a hip hop piece, it should be a hip hop costume. If you have more like a tango piece, it should be more of a tango
Okay,
costume.
I understand that.
If you have a burlesque piece, you should be able to and allowed to dress a little bit
Burlesque.
burlesque. That's a good way to say it. I was going to say something completely.
I know where
off
you
the
were
rails.
going with that, and I was like, I'm gonna stop you.
The other argument that I wanted to talk about is the costume itself creates confidence for anybody that performs. If you perform on a t-shirt and jeans versus when you're wearing an actual official costume that makes you look good, it has a different type of boost that as a performer yourself, you get to differentiate and change and perform at a different level, I feel.
Which conversation did you want to have first? The part about trends in the costumes, or the confidence that comes with wearing those costumes?
What topic did I introduce first?
Okay, so we'll go
Exactly.
there. Then why you gotta
Boom,
bring up the
son.
second part, bro? You could have waited until we got there.
It's a preface,
preface. Okay, so
so you know what to expect.
or what? Should we give table of contents now?
No, but we are gonna give glossaries.
You said that you're noticing people are talking about some things are a little too sexualized, and some things may not even pertain to the piece. What are some examples of sexualized or over sexualized costumes?
Generally, the female gets to dress or has to dress a little more sexy than the male. That's just the way that it's been in the culture. Although some people may say that those deep B's are a little sexy for the guys. I don't like those.
Okay.
The general idea is that the costumes are getting more and more sexual, meaning that they wear the leotards that are a little too high sometimes, or the high V leotards,
Okay.
and they're sometimes showing a little too much cleavage.
So you mean like sexual that there's way too much skin being shown?
Yes.
This looks weird for the gentleman if you have the low V cut. I just don't get it. I hear it's a traditional outfit style.
Sure.
But, and then I do notice the high cuts on the leotards for the ladies that do perform, where their ass is pretty much out. And then whenever they do any leg lifts or open legs, it's like, all right, that's a crock shot, you know? And I'm like, am I being distracted? What should I be paying attention to? So I feel, is that what we're going to, that the over sexualization or the apparent showing of skin is a distraction to the dance routine?
And that is a fantastic way to explain this. And how much is it too much when it becomes a distraction?
So if you have a very romantic dance piece and half your ass is out, you've taken away the romance of it.
Yes.
Because part of the romance for me is the imagination, that you can't really, it's the underlying tone that there is some type of sexual tension between the partners, but they're still having an emotional piece or aspect on top of that first before you get into the sexy part.
Yeah, and like I said, each performance has to have a different type of costume. You can have a romantic routine and have a sexual costume, unless for some reason the story behind it calls for it, and that's something that's important. And that the story actually has to happen on the performances.
Okay.
It makes a big difference.
By the way, bro, I'm over here. Keep your eyes this way, not that way. This way. I'm kind of confused. Why?
You're always confused.
Okay. Well, why the ladies in the routines are always showing as much skin as possible, and then if you look at the leads, the gentlemen, they're like almost always covered up.
Yeah.
Full body covered up, tux suit, and then the lady right next to them is half naked. Maybe
It's a social culture.
they just
thing.
want the ladies to be seen. Because I'm trying to think about it. If it's a ballet thing, the male part is just to support and show off the female.
Routines are very female oriented, or meaning the female is the focus of the dance. That usually happens to be that way for most performances, most teams.
Okay. Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that, like you're saying, they're not the males, not just there for support. They're actually performing too. Social norm has been that the man has to wear pants and a shirt, and the women has to wear a skimpy outfit. That's the way that it's been. Is it right? I don't know. I don't think so. I think anybody can wear whatever they want as long as it fits the piece.
You and I are noticing in trends is that when we go to a festival, different artistic directors and different teams are all kind of copying the same trend of high V leotard cuts and low V cuts for the gentlemen.
Yep.
Is that an accurate statement we could say?
Yes, I say so.
Okay. So in that regard, I think it's just an inexperience on the leadership. And by inexperience, I don't mean that they're bad dancers. I don't mean that they didn't do their research, but I think it's an inexperience.
It's the monkey see, monkey do thing.
Yeah, it's they see what other people are doing, and they're kind of copying it because they know it works, but then that kind of takes away from their individualism.
The one that comes to mind immediately to me is Yamule. And the men, they always wear the same exact costume. They're the Asian neck.
High V-neck?
It's not a
turtleneck, right?
It's not. I don't know if I call it turtleneck. It's like the Asian collar.
Well, it's not Asian collar because the Asian collar, the
collar?
one you're talking about, is a no collar. So that's the opposite of showing so much skin. Is that all the leads in the Yamule's piece are fully covered, long sleeve. They have that first piece, which is a full body top. And then they have that second layer on top, which is, I think, the best. Sometimes, right? Yes. Something like that. That's Osmar's aesthetic for his vision of what he wants his company to be represented as.
Yep. But then the girls have to wear the skimpy outfits still.
I wouldn't say their outfits are too skimpy.
I wouldn't say so.
Because I don't think their outfits are really deep undercuts with the leotards. I think it's just standard. And then it's just that the women are filling them out. So they're just amazing women that fill out the outfits, you know.
What does a costume actually do?
The preface.
A costume can create that confidence. It's sort of like like when you dress up as something for Halloween or whatever it is, and you become the character to some extent. And that's what they're doing. Is anytime that we're doing a performance, we are telling a story. We are actors to a certain extent, and so we're embracing this new character that we become. If you have to play the person of like a sultry woman or mean guy or bad person or something, depending on what story you have to completely embrace it. And one way to do that is to fully engulf yourself in that costume.
If you are able to make your performers feel that they could perform the best and look the best, then their energy is going to go through the roof. And I think that's a big challenge that directors have.
It is.
How do you make every single dancer get that boost of confidence?
It's hard because every single dancer has different body types. Even if they all are in perfect shapes, let's just say they still don't all have the same style. And sometimes what you think works for costumes may work for some of them and may not work for others. So it may not give them that confidence. And I had that issue.
Yeah.
We had a costume that we liked, we picked it, and some of the girls didn't feel right wearing it. And when they performed, you could tell.
Other dance teams that go to festivals, they're not quote unquote professional, at least in the sense of traditional dance professional.
Yes, they're semi-professional.
They're semi-pro, and like obviously they've auditioned and they showed their skills worth to be able to perform with that team, right? But then because it's not considered a pro, where the director could outright say you don't fit my aesthetic, because directors do that. It's typecasting. You don't fit my aesthetic. I'm not gonna cast you for this routine or this choreographic piece, and what outfits I choose to make for it, you obviously don't fit it, so I'm not gonna cast you. Communicating as a director, communicating to your dancers, this is my vision, and no hard feelings. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. It's just you don't fit my vision at this time.
It's hard to say that,
and then you kick them out of the piece because they don't fit the piece.
It's what you have to do if you want to be, like you said, a professional team.
It's a BFOQ.
I have no idea what that means.
Bona fide qualification of Q. No, bona fide qualification. Bona fide qualification. BFOQ.
Good job wasting time.
Yeah. It just popped in my head. I remember that term. It's a legal term, and that's how they're able to typecast. So even though they say typecasting, the legal term is like a BFOQ, which is bona fide something. I'm gonna figure it out because I really want to know what it is. If you know what BFOQ stands for, I know bona fide is the first word, and qualification is like the Q part. Help me out here.
Anyways, that's it for our episode of morebachats. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure you comment in the comment section. Tell us what you think about costumes. Have you ever felt like your costume was too sexy? Somebody made you wear something you didn't want, or I have no idea.
My zipper got stuck.
Nice try, dude. That's it. Thank you guys, and stay safe. Oh wait, what was my outro?
Stay classy, Sacramento.
Stay classy, Sacramento.
Hey everybody, if you enjoyed the show, please add us on Facebook at morebachats. If you want to know what me and Jay Bear are about, add us on Instagram. My tag is Rami Sunga. Jay Bear is j.bearmixes. And a big shout out to Mellow Me Out for letting us use their space. Please also add him on Instagram at Mellow Me Out Sacramento. Everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.